What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. In this one, I did things actually a lot different than usual, and I wouldn't really say I'd recommend this to anyone because the ice doesn't really get very thick in Pueblo, but I was actually ice fishing in Pueblo. I went out to Valco Ponds and I hit up one of those ponds on the ice, I think like 4 days in a row. It was a bit of a struggle, but I managed to get it done a couple of days, catch a few fish for you guys, and I had a ton of fun fishing on the ice locally, which we barely ever get the chance to do. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Go ahead, stick around, and check it out. Well, guys, I'm out at Valco Ponds today, and it could be a somewhat interesting afternoon. I've never really tried this before, but it has been freezing the last couple days here, and we've actually got some decent ice on the ponds down here. This rarely happens. There's almost never good ice in Pueblo, so I'm gonna do a little bit of ice fishing out here and hopefully get into some fish. There are all kinds of fish in here. There's yellow perch, bass, bluegills, sunnies, catfish. There's a bunch of different things in here, but anyway, gonna go ahead and drop this walleye jig down there and hopefully we get it bit. Okay, now that I got my dead stick rigged up, I went ahead and I rigged up this little pink jig, and I'm gonna live jig this one. I've got it tipped with a live wax worm, and unfortunately my fish finder's being a little weird right now. I managed to get it to check the depth at least, and I'm in about 20-25 foot of water, but I'm probably not going to really use it because it was being a pain in the butt. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this jig in there, blind jig it, and hopefully I get a couple bites. There's a decent population of panfish in here, so wouldn't be too surprised to catch maybe some bluegill or perch or something. I'd be pretty happy to catch something like that too. I'm on something, guys. I don't think it, well, it's obviously not very big at all, but I'm on something. Took me forever. All right, it's a little yellow perch. Awesome. Freaking cool catch. All right, guys, it is so cold out here, like -3 degrees. I thought for sure I was getting skunked, but let's get this little guy back in the water. That was so tight. Hell yes. I think I'm gonna pack it up now though. It is so freaking freezing. Well, all right, guys, it is the next day and I'm back out at Valco Ponds. I'm out here with Scoob today and we've still got some pretty good ice. I wanted to apologize for the abrupt end to the day yesterday, but my camera was acting up and it cut off on me mid-sentence, so that's the explanation for that. Hopefully it acts a little better today. It's a tiny bit warmer, so hoping it's not acting too crazy, but Scoob's already in there. He's seeing some fish on his Panoptics, and I'm about to get rigged up, drop a dead stick in, and jig around like I was doing yesterday. So hopefully we could get on a few more. Let's see how it goes. Well, okay, guys, Scoob hasn't had any luck so far, he says, but I've got this little pink jig with chartreuse spots tied on again. This is what I was having luck with yesterday, so hopefully they're interested again. Let's get down there and see what happens. All right, Scoob got on the first one of the day, beat the skunk with a little baby perch, just a dinky dink, but hey, we'll take it. Nice, Scoob. Hell yeah, bud. Well, Scoob and I kept after it for quite a while, guys, and unfortunately it just ended up being another real slow night. At least Scoob did end up pulling one topside though. It wasn't very big or anything, but at least he got on one, so that's something. And my GoPro cut out again because of the cold, so I'm going to make it short and sweet, but Scoob and I are going to pack it up now. Well, alright guys, it is actually the next day now, and probably the last day we'll have good ice out here based on what the weather's doing. It's actually kind of hot out right now for winter, so I'm going to fish it out probably for the day and hopefully catch one or two more. Unfortunately, I didn't catch anything yesterday, but we'll see if I have a little better luck today. I'll probably be jigging around mostly like small jigs and spoons like I have been, and we'll see how it goes. I haven't been crazy impressed with the way the jigs have been performing out here so far the last couple days. So I went ahead and I tied on a spoon. I'm gonna play around with some spoons to start off today. This one is a Gold Rattle Master. I forget the exact weight, but I've got it tipped with a live waxworm, and we'll see if I could get into something with it. I actually did mark a couple fish while I was getting set up, so there's a few down there. That is a good sign. Well, it has been a pretty brutal day, guys. I've been out on the ice for about 6.5 hours by myself now, and I think I got like 3 little bites, didn't hook a single one of them, and that was just rough. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up and call it a night now. I might actually come back out here tomorrow and torture myself a little bit again though. We'll see. Well guys, it is the next day and I am back out here. Surprisingly, this ice is still looking just as good as it looked the last couple days. The snow's still on the ice. It's not really melting off yet. It definitely will, but I don't know how bad because there's pretty good cloud cover right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I tied on a little gold tungsten jig. Gonna drop this in and hopefully catch some perch. I'm actually marking a couple fish, so never know what'll happen. Well, I've been throwing around this little gold tungsten jig for quite a while with no luck so far, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch baits again. I tied on this little fire tiger colored vertical jig called Lucky John Baltic. I've got it double tipped with a waxworm up front and a little red worm on the back. Gonna go ahead and jig this around and hopefully I have better luck with this. I've caught all kinds of species with this thing, so I'm hoping I do a little better with it. Might even be able to get into a bass with it. I just lost my rod holder, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, but I got a nice perch. All right, guys. I just got on a decent perch. Actually, on my medium rod. I'm surprised I even got it. But
He was tapping it good, too.
yeah. Man, what a struggle. Pretty happy with this little catch, even though it's no hammer. It's a decent little one for this lake, and I'll take it. I'm on something tiny, guys. Real tiny, but I'm on. Man, what a freaking tank. Look at that guy. I'm just happy to catch one though, guys. I can't even tell you how happy I am for this little dink. Pretty cool. Oops, he's flopping all over. Let's get him back in the water though. Maybe. Swim away, little buddy. All right, there we go. Cool. Well, that was a fun day, but as you guys could see, I'm just about out of daylight at this point, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up now. Well, all right, guys, as y'all could see, ice fishing out at Valco Ponds is not for the faint of heart, both because the fishing is really not great since the fish are used to the water being a lot warmer, and also because the ice really does not get that thick out there. It's a little bit sketchy. I felt a little uncomfortable on the first and last day I was out there. I thought about going back out there today, and I'm not even gonna do it because it is just real sketchy at this point. So I just don't even want to risk it. And like I said, I'd only recommend it if you really have all the safety gear required, because otherwise, not the best ice in the world. I don't think it ever really freezes up great, but it freezed up about as good as it gets over this past weekend here, and I had a ton of fun out on the ice. Caught a few of those perch. I had a slow day or two. I think I got skunked 2 days, which was pretty rough, but the one day at least Scoob caught one, and I caught a couple at least 2 of the days. So had quite a bit of fun out there, even though it was slow. One of those days it was just the most beautiful day out on the ice ever. It was nice and warm. There was still good ice. The fish were biting a little bit, and it was just a lot of fun. And I know I said it was fun like 10 times, but I just really enjoyed that, even though I wasn't really crushing it as far as the fishing goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's about all I got to say. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.